Hello, welcome to the news on Lagos Television. I am Bababumi Agbibi. Vice President Kashim Shettima has said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is interested in the security situation in Nigeria and is not taking it lightly. He called for regional and collective efforts to address the insecurity in West Africa's Sahel region, observing that the security situation in the region has significant implications for Nigeria and neighboring countries. And speaking with the leadership of the News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, at the presidential villa, the vice president emphasized the importance of collaborative action and called for wider support for NAN's upcoming international lecture on Sahel security. Earlier, NAN Managing Director Ali Mohammed Ali disclosed the theme of the conference, Insecurity in the Sahel, 2008 to 2024, dissecting Nigeria's challenges, genesis, impacts, and options. According to him, the conference is part of NAN's efforts to expand its role beyond news dissemination to actively contribute to national discourse and problem solving. The federal government has denied the report suggesting that the Ministry of Petroleum Resources ordered the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to sell fuel at 1,000 naira above the approved pump price. The report claimed that the Minister for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Ainikin Lukbobiri, gave the NNPCL the directive. Dismissing the report in a statement signed by the Special Advisor, Media and Communication to Lukbobiri, Inamaka Okafo, the federal government declared that the report was concocted and ill-conceived to sow discord and confusion in the oil industry. The statement stressed that there was never a time the federal government interfered with petroleum pricing with NNPCL, let alone give directives for price increments. The special advisor described the claims as baseless, malicious, and deliberate attempt to incite public discontent. It challenged anyone in possession of any evidence, be it written documents, audio, or video recordings, that support these fabrications to make it public. He added that the Ministry of Petroleum Resources does not and will not interfere in the internal decisions of NNPCL, including pricing matters. Any suggestion otherwise is not only incorrect, but also reveals a profound misunderstanding of the deregulated nature of Nigeria's petroleum sector. The president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has presented the first sample of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol. Dangote made this presentation at his refinery situated in the Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos State. He said his refinery will meet the consumption of Nigeria and sub-Saharan Africa as the 650,000 capacity refinery engaged in a test run of the product. He salutes the people of Nigeria and the government of President Bola Tinubu for giving him the platform for growth, development, and prosperity. He also thanked the president for creating the idea of the Naira for crude, adding that it will give the Naira stability. The federal government says there is no ban placed on any Nigerian airline by the United States government. The Acting Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Chris Najomo, said in 2010, Nigeria, like other countries, attained the permit Category 1 of the International Aviation Safety Assessment Program. And in 2014, as well as 2017, a re-evaluation was done by the United States Federal Aviation Administration, and Nigeria passed, but due to the inability to meet up with the requirements of the permit, Nigeria was delisted in 2022. It said the delisting of Nigeria has absolutely nothing to do with any safety or security deficiency in the agency's oversight system, adding that Nigeria has undergone comprehensive ICAO safety and security audits and recorded no significant safety concern or significant security concern. The Acting Director General added that a Nigerian operator can still operate in the U.S. using an aircraft wet leased from a country who has a current Category 1 status. Here in Lagos, the First Lady, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, has unveiled plans for this year's National Women's Conference, which will begin September 10, 2024. This year's conference will host some governors, including Umo Eno of Akwa Ibom State, and women across the country. We have details in this report.
The annual National Women's Conference put together by the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council is this time built for September 10 and 11, 2024. The conference, the 24th in its series, which will be hybrid, that's virtual and physical, will help point women in right direction of progress, be confident, breaking boundaries in any field, engaging in smart farming, and among other things, empowering communities to thrive.
Women globally are challenging the status quo by contributing immensely to the changing work environment and influencing the world positively. In the last 5 years, through this gathering, Council has dealt extensively with themes that have assisted women to transform from who they were to better and more productive individuals in the society.
This year's National Women's Conference, themed So Beyond Boundaries, Enrich Communities, promised to be a very robust experience, one that is rejuvenating, knowledge-driving, morals inspiring, impactful, informative, and deeply fulfilling.
I encourage each of us to think about how we can, in our individual way, contribute to this mission. Let us continue to break barriers, foster inclusivity, and empower our communities to thrive.
The First Lady, Bijoke Sanwo-Olu, added that a number of professionals, including the governors of Akwa Ibom, Umeuna, Osun, Ademola Adeleke, will be on ground to share thoughts and engage meaningfully.
For this year, we're expecting up to 3,000 participants physically and 1,500 virtually from various ministries, departments, and agencies. To spice up this year's annual conference is the anticipated gala night, loaded with maximum entertainment and raffle draws that will bring about exciting prizes for lucky participants.
There'll also be a pre-conference awareness walk in Badagry on Tuesday, 3rd September 2024. The theme for this year's conference is Soar Beyond Boundaries, Enriching Communities. Adetola Kayode, OTV News.
In sports, President Badminton Federation of Nigeria, Francis Obi, is full of joy over the successful conclusion of the Lagos International Badminton Classics. The Classics, which ended last night, had over 100 participants from 14 countries, including Nigeria. Sports correspondent E. Joma Chibu tells us more.
Francis Obi described the 7th edition as a testimony of badminton popularity. He said the event has lived up to expectation and appreciates players and officials for participating in the Classics. The BFM board said the federation will organize more local competitions before the end of the year, while revealing that numerous grassroots programs have been lined up, especially for schools and age-grade tournaments.
Comparatively, we had a good outing. We had quite a few semi-finals, and we also had a mixed doubles pair in the finals. For men's singles, our #1 player, African player, got to the quarterfinals like he did last year. We had thought this year he could improve and possibly get to the finals, but that was not to be. So we are hoping and expecting that we will improve on this performance even by the next edition.
In results of matches decided, Leopard of Vietnam defeated Indian Shamariv 21-10, 18-21, 22-20 to clinch the men's singles title. The ladies' singles title was an all-Indian affair as Shreya Lele beat Calvin Priyan Sullivan 21-11, 21-16. The men's double title went to Akshan Shetty and P.S. Raviskisnau, who outplayed the Indian pair of Good Panjala and Krishmaruti Roy 21-17, 21-19.
I think we both were playing good only today, and it's just that it was my lucky day today, so I won.
I think this is the hard game because my opponent also he very good, and I'm a bit lucky more than him. Then I can beat him today. Yeah.
I think this was my first time, so I didn't have any pressure because it was my first time, so I played very freely.
We've had exciting 4 days of hard competition. The games have been, if I say exciting, I think it's more than that. It's been tasking for those of us who are watching it because we were at the edge of our seats. You see badminton at its best. Some of the best players in the world coming forward and coming to Nigeria, and for Lagos State to host them for the 7th time, 7th time now, Lagos State. So it's been exciting time. We've enjoyed ourselves.
It was delight for the home fans as Aliu Shehu and Deborah Uchechukwu, both of Nigeria, got a place on the podium despite losing to the Iando of Vaishnavi Kedeka and Shatwik Kampuram 21-12, 21-14. The women's doubles title also went to India. Overall, the atmosphere was electrified, with the foreign-based players confirming they will return for the 2025 edition.
For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. A quick one, please remember to call Lagos toll-free lines 767-0112 in case of emergencies. Many thanks for watching. I am Babumi Agbibi. We'll be back at 2.